What to do, YouTube? It's your girl, Bookish Nerdy Girl, coming at you with another video. Today I'm going to be reacting to another YouTuber. I think the YouTuber's name is Gigguk. But anyways, I got a request to react to this channel in general. They seem to know a lot about anime and whatnot, so of course I said yes. But yeah, so today I'm going to be reacting to his video, The Problem with Reviewing Anime. If you are a returning member, welcome. I'm happy you came back and are continuing to enjoy my content. If you're new, also welcome, and please subscribe. I do different stuff. Check out my channel, you'll see. But anyway, I'm just gonna pull up the video and play.
This video is sponsored by Raycon.
Okay.
The art of critiquing has probably existed since the beginning of man, when
True.
one Neanderthal turned to another while looking at some of the very first cave paintings ever created and said, "Ooga, ooga, 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 ooh, ooh," which roughly translates to, yeah, the light novel was better. Games, movies, books, all these mediums have a pretty fail-safe formula when it comes to reviewing. You play, watch, or read the title in question, then you give your opinion on it. Sometimes you can even add a little score at the end so you can give everyone a reason to skip your actual review and just summarize all your nuanced opinions into a single numerical value. Hey, would you look at that?
I know people who've done that. I do that sometimes on my blog.
Have become somewhat of a controversial topic, especially if they come from some sort of mainstream media outlets. But you can't deny that
I never review games. I never review video games.
Given people careers, good review scores can have a tangible effect on sales and hype, but
it
compared
can
to other mediums,
for real.
Reviewing seems to be in this unique spot in that nobody really gives a shit about them. Hi,
yeah,
I'm Gigguk,
literally.
and today I'm going to be talking about a topic no one really cares about for a problem that doesn't actually matter. Anime reviews is something I'll always hold near and dear to my heart because, well, it's where I found a lot of my early anime, and it's also where I found my own beginning.
I'll still go on my anime list and see, like, what I can do, what I can find.
I ever created that I originally
Bleach. Oh, my brother will be very happy with this.
It's a review of Bleach that I scripted, recorded, and edited in a day, and it is an atrocity. A pathetic attempt made by some 17-year-old kid trying to do his best zero punctuation.
It's beginning videos.
With a $5 USB mic, making a bare bones Windows Movie Maker Google image slideshow.
That's the thing, people can forgive the crappy video, they just can't forgive the audio.
You may be wondering what the big difference is between younger Gigguk's shitty opinion about anime and older Gigguk's shitty opinion about anime. Well, young Gigguk thought he knew what he was talking about because he had anime protagonist hair. Back then, anime reviews were the staple of anime critiques online.
They
I
were.
can't count the number of new animes I discovered back then just because of specialized review sites and myself trying to look for shows with high review scores. Damn, this has a 4-star on them anime reviews and an A on ANN? Shit, I better give this show a try. Right now, though, I feel like anime reviews are in this weird spot in that they are kind of just a non-factor in our community.
They really are. It's so weird.
Anyone still doing anime reviews, nor am I saying that they've completely disappeared either. But I feel like they have barely any impact compared to other mediums.
I agree. It's kind of annoying, actually.
To analysis and editorials, and I feel there are a few reasons for this. Unlike games or movies, there isn't as big of a wall to overcome that consumers need to commit to in order to consume the product. For games, it's a paywall. You want to know if
I need to get Valhalla, by the way. As soon as I get Valhalla, I'll live stream that.
You generally want to make sure that it isn't a waste of time and money to go out and get a movie ticket and taking out a second mortgage to get the corresponding popcorn.
Exactly. That's different.
Who really needs a full
it just
review
is.
When you can just chuck on an episode or two of an anime you're interested in to see if
oh look,
it's a show
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Watch. There isn't that same barrier.
Check out my reaction for that.
DVDs or even just finding and downloading torrents was more time and effort. At least more time and effort than looking up review scores, because now shows are literally one click away. But not only that, by the time you can even properly review some of the hottest, newest anime, everyone's already moved on. To give a fair review, it's common sense to, well, watch the entire thing.
Exactly.
But for the new shows, by the time it's fully aired and you get your review out to general audiences, it's like, oh.
So I'm just going to pause it there for a minute. I do agree with what he's saying. It is very difficult to do anime reviews just based on that because obviously as some, like from a reviewer from myself, like because I do it on my blog, like I said, I'm the kind of person where if I'm reviewing an anime, I want to have seen the entire thing. I want to see the anime in its entirety in order to give an actual opinion. Because we all have been there where we're super into this freaking anime. It's going great. It's going awesome. The ending comes, bam, it sucks and you hate it. and it just kills the entire anime for you. So that gives you a lower rating. If you have to do it by an episode basis, it's a lot more difficult because you don't know what the grand scheme of things is going to be. You can guess and interpret like what's being symbolized to you, or what's, you know, being like showing foreshadowing of what's going to happen in the anime, but you can't sit there and actually be like, okay, this anime was terrible because I saw it all the way through and the ending was just horrible. The beginning started out great, the middle was even really good, and the ending, bam, it just hits you and you hate it now. Like Yashahime Princess Half Demon, that's one of the animes that I'm currently watching. It's an episode by episode basis. I can't sit there and give a review for the show yet because it's not done yet. I can give an episode by episode review based on how I think it's going to gear towards the plot and theorize what the plot is actually going to be. But I can't actually give it a solid rating until the show's over. And by that point, everyone has already seen it and they don't care. Quite frankly, they don't care anymore. So I can understand what he's saying when it comes to reviewing anime. That's why I decided not to do it on my YouTube channel, because I just see like how it can affect other people and how it affects my blog as well. And it can be really, really difficult to sit there and actually review something. Like, so I totally understand where he's coming from. So I'm just going to hit play.
You reviewed the show? That's cool. I'm already like watching the next season though.
Exactly.
It has a unique effect on our community compared to others. We don't have a Metacritic or Rotten Tomatoes giving us a metric score of curated critics, and because of this, a lot of
we have like Anime News Network. That's it.
Driven, even with how much more popular anime has gotten. But what this means is that what ends up getting watched isn't necessarily the best show.
No.
It's just what can make the most noise as quickly as possible.
Exactly.
But
what leaves an impact.
It's hard to review anime in the traditional sense compared to mediums like games or movies. And recently, there's been two shows in particular that have really made me think about the reason for this.
Okay.
Attack on Titan
and
ReZero. Let's start with Attack on Titan.
Okay.
If you've seen my video, Attack on Titan is incredible now, you'll probably know my opinion on the series.
Okay.
And if you haven't, you can still probably guess that my opinion is that it's incredible.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Now, last year, this is the show that absolutely blew me away. There are a few words I can use to describe just how good this show has become and how much it's filled its potential. Every season has been building on its previous foundation, then consistently exceeding itself time after time after time after time. And just when you think it can't get any better, it does it again. And with the final season just around the corner, with every manga reader hyping it up as even better than everything that came before, I honestly feel this could have the potential to become the era-defining anime. But if you had asked me what I thought 7 years ago during the 4-year-long wait before season 2, I would have said, Attack on Titan? Yeah, it was alright.
Yeah.
It was a fun ride, but that was pretty much it. I don't want to repeat myself too much from what I've already said, because there's also ReZero. Now, if you've seen my video, ReZero is no masterpiece, but it's still damn entertaining.
Okay, so it does normal anime things.
If you don't, you can still probably take a guess. It's no masterpiece, but it's still damn entertaining. Are we really doing this right now? I very much enjoyed ReZero, but ultimately it didn't leave too deep an impression on me. My main problem was that things just seemed to be happening for no reason. It didn't feel like there was a main driving force to the plot or any overarching goal.
That's good to know, because I was going to watch this anime, so I know a little bit more of what to expect from the show.
Felt empty. The world was hella interesting and the characters seemed great, but I didn't know what the core plot was. I didn't know what everything was meant to be leading up to. While there has been way more discourse highlighting the nuances around its world and themes and what the show was trying to say, my opinion has remained largely the same for those reasons. Fast forward to now, we have half of season 2 out and it's already addressed some of the biggest issues I had. A grand plot with goals is becoming clearer. We have somewhat of an antagonist group now.
So that makes sense.
Time to really develop as a character, and we have way more of an understanding of his motivations.
Awesome,
and
good.
The way he does.
Good, I want that.
Seems to be forming into a coherent whole, and on top of all that, you have Echidna. Best girl, fuck you, Rem. Sorry, Beatrice. But
whoa!
We're given a glimpse of the sheer scale of this world, and
he's hating.
I very much doubt season 2 will even come close to showing everything this series has to offer. But the more I see, the more I am absolutely impressed with. If you look at the journey I've had with both these series, you start to see a very similar pattern. I was left with a concrete opinion that remained for years, which eventually got shattered when a lot of the pitfalls I originally had were completely addressed or solved in later seasons.
And that's a good thing, because sorry, I'm gonna pause it again, guys. And that's honestly a good thing that they're addressing issues that you don't like about the show. They're looking and being like, okay, these people are reviewing this and a lot of people are saying the same thing. We need to fix this. We need to fix that. There needs to be more plot. It needs to be more in depth. Because if you already have the general attention of the audience of it just being action based and whatnot, people after that are like, okay, it's action based, which is great, that it's super OP, which is fine. Some people are totally fine with that, but a lot of other people like plot. For me, I like a nice mix. I like my OP characters, you know, killing it as usual, but I like there to be some sort of plot, or else I get bored and then I just hop on to the next anime because now I'm bored. So I can totally understand what he's saying by that. And a lot of other people that I know personally that like love anime like I do, that's a lot of their pitfalls as well. They'll start off with like, okay, it's super OP, it's super fun, I really like it, but I want more now. What about the plot? What is the point of this? Like, what is it leading up to? And some people will literally just get frustrated and drop the anime because it's not satisfying them anymore. So I totally get what he's saying when it comes to that and why it makes reviewing anime very difficult. So I'm gonna play.
Recontextualizing massive events we never gave a second thought to, which can completely change the way I view a show now that a season isn't being judged in its own bubble. Which begs the question, was it fair to judge a series that I knew was incomplete, or
That's another thing you have to put into it.
When I thought about
it's not finished yet.
That I could apply this to the vast majority of anime that I watch. The reality is, these series never existed in a bubble. They always had a manga or light novel that continued the story and explored it in greater depth than
So go read the manga.
Re:Zero Season 1 was barely a prologue, but if you're an anime-only watcher, you had no choice but to judge it on its own. But does this breed the most toxic interactions when it comes to anime-only critiques versus manga readers? One of the most annoying things you encounter in this community is
you know what? I'll wait and see.
Not even gonna ask. Every medium it's available in, then any criticisms or opinion you have completely become invalidated. Plot holes addressed in later volumes. Annoying characters? Oh well, they have this.
Endeavor. Yeah, we hate Endeavor.
Less of a dickhead. Any conceivable problem you can have with anything regarding the series? Nope. Go read the source material. You are wrong.
Exactly.
There will always be a disconnect between manga and light novel readers and anime-only watchers.
Yes.
But there must be a happy medium where we can all see eye to eye. Like,
yeah,
on one hand,
I agree.
I do think any adaptation.
Ooh, Claymore! That was a damn good anime. I'm glad he's showing this.
On the other hand, I think it's important to recognize from both sides that most adaptations are, and always have been, incomplete. I've talked before about how, as an anime fan, you get used to getting invested in worlds and stories that you may never and probably will never see the ending of.
Which is so frustrating.
Those stories hardly even scratch the surface.
That's how I felt with Pandora Hearts. After the anime ended, I had to read the manga because I'm like, I can't have it just not end.
Complete story. But for us anime fans, that's the norm. It's like if the vast majority of games you ever played were in early access and you'd never know if you'd be able to get to play the finished product. Sometimes
it's literally like
a
that.
Fucking decade, and out of nowhere a new patch gets announced. But even then, it'll still be far from the finished product. Now,
100%.
imagine if 80% of every game you ever played was like that. Well, that's
it gets annoying.
Like to be an anime fan, and it probably always will be, as a lot of these shows
will Tokyo Ghoul
advertisements for the source material. Maybe anime fans and manga readers were destined to never see eye to eye. Maybe
honestly, I think that's just what it is.
Never meant to be a big part of our community. I just find it funny how, despite anime is growing closer to mainstream every year, this is one of the big difference that seems to remain.
Look, I don't like literally just read it if you want. If you want that feeling of completeness, read it. It's that simple.
Worthless? Yes, but that's okay.
My anime list, yes, I still use that too. Before I watch an anime.
There's no centralized critic or media outlets, and all the hype is for the most part community driven.
I agree.
You may have people's opinion who you listen to and trust, but that's likely because it was built up over time, rather than just because they were paid by an organization. And
exactly.
Our community isn't to find the most highly respected and acclaimed anime, but just the shows that resonate with you and your taste. Because
exactly.
There's a medium for every taste. This is it. I don't pretend to be a reviewer anymore. A lot of people misunderstand my videos as, oh, hey, Gigguk, get another positive review for another show. He just on every show.
No, it's clearly something different.
I just want to share some shit I like or find interesting.
Exactly.
And secondly, no shit I'm going to talk about them positively. Have you seen how many shows we have to pick from nowadays?
Yeah.
It's 2020. Who the fuck
There's
has
a
time
lot
to
of good
waste by
ones.
watching things they don't like anymore?
I know, right? Why would I watch shit that I don't fucking like? That makes no sense.
More often than not, we were talking about things we'd already finished, and you did have to go out and spend money to watch them, or at the very least, run the risk of getting your dad's laptop and SDD on LimeWire. Nowadays, no one needs a traditional review of Demon Slayer or My My Hero Academia
No.
because everyone's already seen them and everyone can watch them so easily.
Exactly,
So the audience for reviews, or basically nowadays more likely discussions of modern series, aren't people looking to see if something's worth their time. It's often looking for an opinion to compare theirs to,
Exactly.
waiting for the
It's a
number
good
at
point
the
that
end
he's
so they can
making,
shout
that
about
basically
how bad
people
the
don't
reviewer
review
is.
anymore.
Well, let's be real. Waiting for that sweet old validation, baby. Yeah, that's right. You know what I mean. Have no fear. Your opinion's correct. Someone on the internet told you so. Did you hear
Exactly.
that? Maybe you know what it feels like one day, Symphogear fans. In conclusion, I guess what I was trying to say is this video is kind of stupid. 4 out of 10. Go read the manga for full context.
Yeah. No, I am not bringing back the anime zone.
Hey guys,
What?
hope you enjoyed that video. I just want to give a quick thank to the sponsor of today's video, Raycon. Look, you know the guys.
Okay, so that was pretty much the end of the video because now he's just, you know, spouting out about Raycon and why you should buy it and whatnot. If you guys want to watch the advertisement for that, just, you know, click on the link below and go to his channel and check it out. So he made a lot of really good points about why people just don't review anime, especially because they're not typical reviews anymore. Like, you can't, it's not like a video game review where it's like, oh yeah, you know, like 9 out of 10 stars because of this, and this. A lot of it is based on the fact that you can't watch an entire season of anime or an entire show of anime unless it's older, and at that point everyone's already watched it, so no one fucking cares now. So I do agree with a lot of the points that he said, and obviously you honestly don't want people who aren't super into anime telling you what anime to watch because they're not even part of the community. They're being paid to tell you to support this anime because they're being paid. That's the whole point. They're selling out. So it's one of those things, like, I do agree with a lot of the points he said, and that is 100% the reason why I do not do reviews on here. I do them on my blog. I actually get some pretty decent foot traffic on it when it comes to when I post about animes that I'm watching and reviews. And a lot of the time when I post a review, one of the main things that I do is I compare the closeness to the manga as well as the TV show, and that seems to make it better. Sometimes I like the manga better. There have been quite a few times where I hate the manga versions of it and I like the anime based of it. But I personally am not an anime only watcher. I read the manga, I watch the anime, I'll watch OVAs, I'll watch it subbed, I'll watch it dubbed. Like, I'm not like a purist or anything like that when it comes to it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit on the longer side, but again, I agree with a lot of the points that he brought up and why, and it's just, as a community, it's very hard to do typical reviews and whatnot. But if you enjoyed this video, which of course I hope you did, please give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe. I'm almost at 500 subscribers. I'm at like 426 or 7 at this point, and I appreciate you guys as well, you know, and I just hope that you continue to keep enjoying my content. If there's anything you want me to react to specifically, drop a link down below in the comment section or hit me up through social media on my my Twitter or my Instagram / Facebook. And I will get to your reaction within 2 weeks to month and a half. But yeah, this has been your girl, Bookish Nerdy Girl. I hope you continue to enjoy my content. Happy holidays, everyone. Stay safe and healthy. Peace out.